Life inside gigantic space station battling extreme isolation. Do you remember the feeling of being alone in a quiet room for too long? Now imagine that room floating 400 kilometers above Earth, where stepping outside is impossible and the nearest human civilization is a planet away. This is the hidden reality of life inside a gigantic space station, a place that looks like a marvel of science from the outside but feels like a test of human endurance from within. Life inside a gigantic space station is one of the most extraordinary human experiences ever created. Orbiting hundreds of kilometers above Earth, astronauts live in an environment that is at once technologically advanced, physically alien, and psychologically demanding. While the structure itself may be large compared to a spacecraft, it is still a confined, artificial world where every breath, every drop of water, and every movement is controlled by machines. The absence of gravity, the separation from Earth, and the constant awareness of isolation combine to create a unique lifestyle that challenges both body and mind. For astronauts aboard stations like the International Space Station, ISS, and for those who will inhabit even larger stations in the future, daily life becomes a delicate balance between routine, resilience, and adaptation to extreme isolation. From the outside, a space station may appear vast, with interconnected modules, laboratories, and living quarters stretching across dozens of meters. Inside, however, the reality is different. Every wall is covered in cables, instruments, and storage compartments. Equipment lines the interior surfaces, leaving only narrow pathways for movement. There are no open rooms or spacious halls. Every inch is functional. Astronauts float from module to module using handrails, carefully guiding themselves through what feels like a maze of metal and technology. Personal space is limited to small sleeping compartments roughly the size of a phone booth, where astronauts strap themselves into sleeping bags to prevent drifting while they rest. Living in microgravity transforms even the most basic human activities. Eating, sleeping, bathing, and using the restroom all require special procedures. Food is packaged to prevent crumbs from floating into sensitive equipment. Water does not pour. It forms floating bubbles that must be captured with a straw. Toilets rely on suction rather than gravity, and hygiene is maintained with rinseless wipes and special shampoos. These adjustments may sound minor, but they constantly remind astronauts that they are living in an environment completely unlike Earth. Nothing is automatic. Every action requires attention and adaptation. Daily schedules on a space station are highly structured. Each astronaut's day is planned down to the minute by mission control on Earth. There are scientific experiments to conduct, equipment to maintain, communication sessions to attend, and physical exercise sessions to complete. Exercise is not optional. In microgravity, muscles weaken and bones lose density rapidly, so astronauts spend up to 2 hours each day running on treadmills, lifting resistance weights, and cycling on stationary bikes. This routine is essential not only for physical health but also for mental stability. The structure provides rhythm and purpose, helping astronauts maintain a sense of normalcy in an abnormal world. Despite the busy schedule, the most profound challenge of living in a space station is not the work or the physical adjustments. It is the isolation. Astronauts live in what scientists call an isolated, confined, and extreme environment. They are physically separated from family and friends for months at a time. Although they can communicate with Earth through video calls and emails, there is no substitute for human touch or spontaneous interaction. They see the same few crewmates every day, sharing both work and living space with no opportunity to step outside for fresh air or privacy beyond their small sleeping pod. This isolation can affect the human mind in subtle but powerful ways. Feelings of homesickness, loneliness, and emotional distance are common. There is no natural breeze, no smell of rain, no sound of birds or trees. The sensory environment is mechanical and repetitive: the hum of fans, the buzz of equipment, the constant background noise of life support systems. Over time, this monotony can become mentally exhausting. Astronauts miss the small, unconscious experiences of Earth. Walking barefoot on grass, feeling sunlight on their skin, or simply having open space around them. Sleep presents another challenge. The space station orbits Earth every 90 minutes, meaning astronauts witness 16 sunrises and sunsets each day. Without a natural day-night cycle, their internal clocks can become confused. Artificial lighting is carefully managed to simulate Earth's rhythm, but sleep disturbances remain common. Fatigue, mood fluctuations, and reduced concentration can follow. Maintaining regular sleep patterns becomes a conscious effort rather than a natural process. The confined environment also tests interpersonal relationships. Living and working with the same small group of people requires patience, understanding, and emotional intelligence. Small disagreements can feel magnified when there is nowhere to retreat. To prevent conflict, astronauts are carefully selected for psychological compatibility and trained in teamwork and communication long before they ever reach space. Shared meals, jokes, celebrations of birthdays and holidays, and moments of informal conversation all play important roles in maintaining harmony and morale. To cope with isolation, astronauts rely on a variety of strategies. Regular communication with loved ones on Earth provides emotional grounding. Personal hobbies, reading, watching movies, listening to music, photography, or even playing musical instruments offer mental escape. One of the most powerful coping mechanisms is simply looking out of the station's windows at Earth below. The view is breathtaking. Continents drifting by, lightning storms flashing through clouds, city lights glowing at night. This experience often creates a profound emotional response known as the overview effect, where astronauts feel a deep connection to the planet and a renewed appreciation for humanity's unity and fragility. Exercise, again, plays a psychological role. Physical activity releases stress and helps regulate mood. Journaling and private reflection allow astronauts to process their thoughts and emotions. The lessons learned from life inside space stations extend beyond space exploration. Researchers apply this knowledge to help people in isolated environments on Earth, such as submariners, polar researchers, and even individuals facing long-term confinement for medical reasons. Understanding how humans cope with isolation in space offers insights into resilience, mental health, and the importance of connection. Battling extreme isolation in space is not about resisting loneliness alone. It is about creating new forms of connection, purpose, and balance in an environment never meant for humans. Through careful preparation, strong teamwork, and inner resilience, astronauts transform a floating metal structure into a temporary home. In doing so, they demonstrate not only the possibilities of human exploration, but also the strength of the human spirit when placed in the most challenging of circumstances. If this story amazed you, hit subscribe and join us as we explore more unbelievable realities beyond Earth.